We'll wait on a couple more people to get in here, whoever you are. Wait on a few more people, guys. Not many, just a couple. Look, guys, while we're waiting on everybody. 14 in here. Cool. Any questions? Oh, the Tokyo Dolphins. The Tokyo Dolphins. The Tokyo Dolphins. What's up, man? Or ma'am. Man or ma'am. How are you? I'm doing okay, man. How you doing? Or Tater Salad. What's up, man? What's up? What are you doing trolling through the oh, did you get a notice? It's not gonna be too interesting today, Tater Salad. I'm just checking up and let my people know that tonight I won't be on, but I'm gonna just show some of my finds today. Check in, see how everybody's doing. I hope you're doing great, brother. I hope you're doing good, Tater Salad. I'm chomping at the bit, man. It's warming up. This week is warm. I might be out. I might be out this week. I might have to get back out. I'm a little worried about it, to be honest with you. I mean, Memphis right now, I have no idea what can happen. I have no idea if the cops think all of a sudden that that they're just going to build. I don't know, man. It's kind of scary with what's going on. I wish I had some. I wish I had anybody around here that could go out with me, stand up, meet Check Twin. I do First Amendment auditing and freedom stuff, but we also do a live stream at night where we play games and come in and try to get on the same page. We have so many different backgrounds and so much trolling going on. We have a group of critical thinkers, and we'd like to talk about things. Um, I know, I know. I can say it, and it sounds like a dime a dozen. We're a little bit different here, though, because we got Republicans, Democrats, Independents. We got it all. Atheists, Christians. Try to treat each other with a little bit of respect when we're talking about stuff. Politically, it gets a little charged sometimes, but that's all right. I can deal with trolls. But I was talking to a First Amendment auditor brother on here, and I just telling him what I'm going to be doing. What happened to the dogs? It's always. I just put up like 2 or 3 dog videos, shorts. I put up a couple that are really funny. You can go check. You can go check those out if you want to. Who are we? Who are we, Zarch? Who knows, man? We're brothers. We're humanity. That's who we are. And I got another freedom fighter in here with me, Tater Salad. Not a lot of audit content for you today. But again, I'll let Tater Salad know that I'm going to be getting out and doing some stuff. It might not be a straight up audit right off the bat. I want to test the waters a little bit because they ain't playing around, man. That First Amendment is really under attack right now. So we got to be real careful with that kind of stuff. I'm a poor man, just like Tater Salad says. I don't know that he's a poor man. But get over there and check out his stuff at Michigan Constitutional Crusader. If you're looking for a great First Amendment auditor, that's your guy. We got a few in here. Go over and check his stuff out. Give him a sub. He's a good guy. Favorite music do I listen to? I'm working on making some compilation videos starting with 2020. Oh, man, that's awesome, dude. That's good stuff. I imagine right now for you up in Michigan, but I've seen you, brother. I've seen you get out. JC Side, I'll tell you in just a second, man. I've seen you get out in cold and snow and all of that. But I know it's a lot of things right now. And sometimes we just need to take a break from all that and recharge. I'm glad that you got so much content, Tater, that you can just throw up some compilations. I'll be your first viewer, brother. So throw them up, man. Even if they are shadow banning you the way they're shadow banning me, I'll seek it out and I'll watch it. And I appreciate your content, brother. All right. Somebody asked where I got my hat. What favorite music do you listen to? Right now, I'm listening to a lot, but I like the band Ghost right now. I'm kind of really into those guys. If you've never heard of them, they're kind of a throwback 80s pop kind of. It's rock, but it's pop rock. Now, when you see them, you're going to be scared of them because they look like they're scary. And then they start playing, and it's beautiful music. I will tell you that they consider themselves a anti-religious band. They just basically troll. They troll is what they do. You've seen Ghost twice, live twice. Hey, brother, I can pull up a clip where I was in a Ghost concert in St. Louis last year. I dressed up and I got to talk to the lady that does the Ghoul Bangers Ball thing at the beginning. And it's an interesting video. I'm only in there for like 30 seconds, but I make a statement and I don't know, maybe I'll show you guys that some night. Yeah, they are. They're shadow banning you, Tater. Yeah, man, it's terrible, dude. While I got a few people in here, I want to go ahead and talk about what Tater Salad's talking about. But first, how's the First Amendment under attack? I'll tell you in just a minute, brother. Where did you get the hat? Thank you for asking, man. I picked it up today. At Goodwill. It's leather. I love this style of hat. There's one brand that I want that's very expensive. They're like $52 for the hat. So this one I got for, I don't know, 50 cents. All right, let's talk about, someone asked how are our First Amendment rights under attack. I'll go ahead and take this one. Tater, if you want to come in here, bro, I can give you a link, man. Just let me know. Let me know if you want to come in here and help me out. Since I didn't know it was going to go First Amendment, I put this in politics just so. Thank you, man. I found a bunch of other ones too, which I'll show you in a minute. I found a whole bunch of hats today. I got to quit with these hats, man. I have an affinity towards eclectic hats, and it's getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand. I'm getting hats all over the place, and it's always good to have a funny hat, though, if you're a First Amendment auditor. Thank you, Internet Crate. I appreciate it. Because if you have a funny hat, people, they're gonna, who's this weird guy, and maybe they'll come over and talk to you, or they're gonna be afraid of you. One of the two. All right. But let me go ahead and talk about how our First Amendment rights are under attack. I don't know how you don't see it, boss. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Look up First Amendment auditors. These guys are getting detained and arrested for nothing, for their legally protected First Amendment legally protected activity, recording in public, freedom of press. Our press is currently definitely under attack. They're going after anyone who doesn't agree with exactly what they say. And even if you're a fan of them, even if you hate Don Lemon or you hate reporters that say certain things, this is the United States of America, brother. You don't start arresting reporters. When you start doing shit like that, I don't care what side you're on, you better step up and draw a line in the sand. Because if you think it can't happen to you, you better think again. I've got a video where it's happened to me. Tater Salad's probably got, I don't even know how many times Tater Salad's been assaulted or arrested by police for doing something illegal, but it's happened. Yeah, our auditors are under attack. And we've been under attack since before all Trump. I mean, but it's been accelerated under Trump. Okay. We've always been under attack. We've always been under attack because people don't understand what it is we're doing. A lot of times when they come up and we explain it, they're okay with it. Sometimes, sometimes they're not, because everybody wants to say I'm right. You're wrong. And we got to use these. We got to start using these instead of using this so much. Okay, because if you think it can't happen to you, you better think again. If you question any cop out there and they're not in a good mood, or they just don't like your attitude, they think they can just cuff you and throw you in jail. And this is the United States of America. My whole thing was always legal. I always had a shirt that said "Always Legal," Gen Express on the back of it. That way, if people were watching me film, I could point at my shirt, and it doesn't matter. They don't read it. They don't care. They're going to come over and approach you anyway. No sound. Can y'all hear me? If you can hear me, hit 1. JA. If you can hear me, hit 1. Billionaires are only players. They tell you to pick a side, then pit you against one another while they pick your pockets. Sassy Mo, we're waking up. We're waking up. Thank you. Maybe we need a law for lies from journalists. Prove everybody. What lies are you talking about? Because there's one side who swears up and down that anything they see is a lie. I've got to ask you. Can I ask you a question? Ask away, brother. Ask away. You don't get to interrupt worship services with your protests either. At that point, it's trampling on someone else's rights. Brian Reedy, I'm going to tell you something right here, man. The way they went about that, I wouldn't have done that. I would have sat out on the sidewalk and just, done it from there. The way they did it, they feel like they're not being heard. Okay, so they're having to take extra steps. So I'm not going to tell them how they should and shouldn't protest. Me, Liver Cheese, as a First Amendment auditor, I'm not going to go up in that business. I'm going to do it from a public sidewalk, because I'm not going to give police a reason to cuff me up. So, but that's what they felt like they had to do to be heard. All right. Let me go ahead and read some more of these. What's up, stream? Bud Morgan, what's up, brother? From last night. Hey there, old son. What's up, man? Why are you so happy to put on a clown suit and blow a whistle and protect pedophiles from being deported from this country? First off, I don't do that. I haven't yet. Or you're talking about going after ICE, right? Well, there's a lot of reasons they do that. Because legally they can. And that's all you need to know. Once you hear legally they can do that, if you don't like it, walk away. It's none of your business, okay? And they're calling them observers. Well, you can call them observers all you want to, but they're old school First Amendment auditors. That's all, or they're new school First Amendment auditors. What they're doing, because they're capturing on film what's going on, and a lot of police and especially ICE doesn't want to turn on that body cam. Shiny badges do not grant special rights in this country. Wherever we are politically, you got to step back away from that. When they start talking about, oh, well, this person shouldn't have guns. This person shouldn't be able to say they're a journalist. Any person in the United States who has a camera and you pick it up and you start recording it, you're a journalist. You're a journalist. Understand me. No, they were trying to make a disturbance. I disagree 100%. They were trying to hold our officials accountable. When do these people think they can just walk around and not be held accountable? Shove women down? What are you going to defend ICE? Defend ICE shoving that fucking woman down. Go ahead. Let me see you defend somebody shoving a woman down. He's dressed like he's fully armored, like he's going to Fallujah. Gets in there. People are all they're doing is recording. Shove that woman down. The nurse jumped in to protect. The nurse is dead. I'm sorry you don't have fucking eyes, okay? I do. I know what I saw. And you're not going to try to, oh, well, this angle's different. This angle shows something different. No, man, we've gone over this 100 times, man. You're either on the side of good or you're on the side of bad. You got to make your choice. They're not coming after my freedom of speech, bro. My blood will spill in the streets before they get my freedom of speech. Guaranteed. You see. Are you a gun-toting progressive? What's upstream? And if you cannot tell me you're not, then why in Virginia 650 immigrants, all pedophiles, got deported? Stop. There are no 650 immigrants that are pedophiles. Full of shit. Full of fucking shit. Full of shit. I don't know where you got that from, but why don't let's talk about how 50%, you see that 60-minute story? 50% of everyone in one of these detention facilities turned out to be legal citizens. Explain it. Explain it, bitches. I'll explain it. That's brown shirts who go around thinking the Constitution doesn't apply to them. You're brown, you're black, guess what? You're getting checked. Stop it. Stop it. This is a free country, and I don't care what you think about other people. You can be a hateful person and hate black people, hate brown people, hate red people. You can do all that, okay? But our government ain't going to step in and start detaining people illegally. We will step up and we will defend these people. Understand that. Keep your eye on Minnesota as it warms up, because we're going to have a hell of a spring if things don't change. All right, what do we got? Gun-toting progressive. I don't have a gun myself, brother, but I will protect your right to have a gun. Okay, if you're a 1A guy, you got to be a 2A guy. They go together. So I protect your right to carry a firearm in public. All right. Usually, if it doesn't sound right, give it some thought before believing it. Thank you very much. We like to teach critical thinking in this group. Just looking at things from a different lens. If you have people in here who don't agree with you, but you're civil with them, then they're going to ask you questions about why you believe what you believe, if they feel like it's something that's hurting someone else. And maybe we can get you to a place where you can decide for yourself what's moral and what's really happening in this country right in front of your eyes. Okay. Call Democrats. All Democrats are basically mentally ill. See, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about right there. How do you get to a place in your life, brother, where you decide that an entire fucking group of people are all this? I'll tell you how you do it. Fox fucking News, OAN, all these fucking entertainment channels, turn them the hell off, because all they're preaching is hate. We ain't going to do that here, because our motto here is, it's not red versus blue, it's the 1% versus you. Think about that. Critically think about that. Both sides are guilty of it, taking all that money from the top 1% and protecting the corporations and the billionaires who are the real enemies of this country. But they float the culture wars to keep the little brains arguing with each other. Open up your eyes and see where the enemy really is, okay? It ain't that red hat. It ain't that blue hat. It ain't a black guy. It ain't a white guy. It ain't a brown guy. They want us doing this so that we can bend over and continue to take it right up the rump. All right? That's what it's all about. That's it. Once you're enlightened enough to understand that that's what we're dealing with, then you can put away all this partisan crap and understand that we're all humans and we need to protect each other. Once we do prune these hedges of freedom and get our fair share back from these people up top, you're going to be so happy. So happy. Prices of food will go down overnight. Everything will go down overnight. Because in this country, greed is number one, and it's time to take a stand against greed. All right? Don't take a stand against that red hat. Don't take a stand against that blue hat. You can, but understand that you're really fighting for the 1%. All right? That's who we're talking about. No, they were trying to make a disturbance. What, are you too fucking old to read? Did you learn how to read? Do you have grandkids sitting in your lap? That right there, whoever this guy is right here, I caught you, Nazi. He's a Nazi. I'll call it like I see him, brother. If your whole goal in life, if you've been taught to hate, what you've been taught is to dehumanize immigrants, to dehumanize anybody brown. And it's disgusting. It's very disgusting. It says a lot about you as a person that you don't think. You don't think. You react to what you see on TV every day. They're not going to show you the 100,000 great stories of people doing wonderful things for each other. No, they're going to show you the fighting and the beating up. I'm here to show you the other side. All right. If you want to flame me and troll me, we can do that all day. We'll go all day. Eventually, my people will be in here and they'll jump all over you. Okay. All right. I'm trying to read these comments, guys. Not sure how far I am. The journalists shouldn't be charged. They were reporting. The parishioners seem fine with it. And again, that's one of those that, look, if I tell you that I think that what I wouldn't do, that doesn't mean I'm calling them wrong for doing what they did. Okay. I just think legally they're kind of walking on a tightrope there. You got to be real careful. I've been doing it for a while. Tater's been doing it for a lot longer than me. So we understand the risk involved out there before we do something. But up there, it's real mental, it's real emotionally charged. So if they feel like they're not being heard, they're going to find other ways to be heard. It's just, that's what protesting is. If you don't want to see it happen, enact some change. I agree that illegal people shouldn't be here. but I disagree on how we're doing it. It's terrible. He seems to think we can do it overnight. It'll never happen overnight. They're saying it'll take years. Well, if that's what it takes, then let's get to it. All right? Let's do it the right way. Let's get to it, even if it takes years to do it. Nothing happens overnight. Sorry to say, but it does give them special privileges if they have a shiny. What special privileges does a shiny badge give? Tell me. I'll wait, and then I'll shred your ass. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to bother with you. You annoy me. Let me see. The Bible calls for false brethren to be exposed. Thank you there. I appreciate that comment there, brother. And I'm not even a Christian. I'm not even a Christian. I'm agnostic, but I'm a thinker, and I understand that there's a lot of good Christians out there. Christians, you got to stand up, man. You got an enemy. You got enemy within your ranks. You know who they are. TPUSA. That's your enemy. Get in there and clear those guys out of there. They're trying to protect themselves under the guise of religion. Don't let it happen, because Christianity is already going downhill in America. There's churches on every corner. My point is, I want you to save Christianity by rising up and understanding that Christianity is about love. Jesus was a loving man. He would be appalled at what's happened here. And I know it. I know that for a fact. You can go to church 5 times a week and try to come in here and say you're morally superior than me, and I'm going to tell you you're full of shit. You're not morally superior than me, because I know what Jesus would be doing, and he wouldn't be doing what they're doing. All right. Let's go, everybody. Let's get the clown suit on, and let's blow the whistle. Come on, old son. You need to keep it real. I'm keeping it real, brother. I support ICE too. Some of them are going to probably go too far, but ICE is cool with me. Well, I appreciate the fact that you did at least mention that some of them are probably going to go too far. I mean, that's something. That's something. That's not just you coming in here. I support ICE and I'll die for them. You know, that's not you doing that. So I appreciate that comment. Donna Lemonade should go to women's prison. Shut up, Grant. You don't know the real facts. I know the real facts, brother. I live them every day. How are you going to tell me I don't know the facts when I'm the one going out on the fucking streets and recording it? You're going to tell me I don't know my facts? Shall I pull up 50 videos of shitty cop interactions? And let's get to this too, because a lot of people automatically assume that First Amendment auditors hate cops. Farthest thing from the truth. On my channel and on Tater Salad's channel and a lot of other First Amendment auditors, they highlight good cops when they come around. They highlight good cops. You never hear about that. All you want to hear about is how we hate cops. Why don't you go look at my video, put a bow on it, to see how a cop should react to a First Amendment auditor. It went perfectly. That's the way everything should go. And I make sure when I run into a good cop that I let everybody know in the world that this is a wonderful cop. Okay? There's a lot of good ones out there. So that pisses me off when you come in and you call First Amendment auditors cop haters. That's the furthest thing from the truth, man. We're Constitution lovers, is what we are. I love your channel. Thank you, Aloha Kitty. I appreciate you very much. These boomers are fried. Laugh my ass off. Some of the really cryptic names may not be real people, but computer generated by the marketing platform. I believe that. I absolutely believe that. Probably a bunch of bots in here. But if I can have the floor for 1 second, I can tell you what I've experienced and what Tater Salad has experienced and every other auditor out there. Hold on. What we've experienced is shadow banning. If you don't know what that is, there's AI in there that will pick out certain words out of certain videos. Auditor might be one of them. And I don't even know what the words are. I wish I knew. I know I talk about race a lot in here, and it seems like every time I mention race, my videos are shadow banned. What that means is you can go from putting a video up and it having 2, 3, 4, 5,000 views to putting a video up and it having 50 views. Now, we're smart enough to understand what it is you're doing because something like that doesn't just happen overnight. Because of something I've done. I've busted my ass to grow my channel. Tater Salad has busted his ass to grow his channel. All the auditors out there are out there busting their asses to protect this Constitution and grow their channels. And now, because Musk wants to put these AI bots in there and make it seem like we're not anywhere. We're not even out here. We're out here. We're out here. You're going to continue to hear from us. And we're not going to shut up. So you better learn to live with us. Yeah, legally they can protest ICE, not fucking interfere. Who interfered? I never saw one person interfere. I don't want to hear that bullshit. Don't come in here and talking about people interfering. There was no interfering. They don't want anybody anywhere near them so that they can't capture any video. And that just ain't America. In America, if we can see it in public, we can record it. I don't give a fuck about these ICE agents. That son of a bitch who stuck his arm in that woman's, what's her name? The first one that got killed. I know it. I'm just really hot right now. I can't forget it. I can't remember it. That fucking idiot ICE agent stuck his fucking arm in her vehicle for no reason. That arm came in my vehicle. That arm's coming off. Coming off. You better have a fucking reason to be sticking your fucking hand in my car. All right, I don't play that shit. They need to let law enforcement do their job. First off, they're not law enforcement. They're ICE agents who aren't getting paid, by the way. Secondly, his party, their party, will not be in power for much longer, okay? And these people, for $50,000 sign-on bonus, have basically ruined their lives. And the reason they've ruined their lives is because Americans aren't seeing accountability for these clowns. So what happens when we don't get accountability? We find accountability. These people will not have a peaceful day for the rest of their fucking lives unless they hold them accountable. If they start holding these ICE guys accountable, then I'm not going to tell anybody to make their lives miserable if they're being held accountable. But they're not. Interfering. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, dude. It's clown stuff, man. I support ICE. Depends on your perception of good versus bad. Nurses don't carry guns. No, I think I have a pretty good idea of what's good versus bad. I think if you're on the side of our Constitution, that's good. If you're trying to change our Constitution, that's bad. It's a simple thing. Simple thing. You don't get to toy around with it and play your mental gymnastics to make you a moral person because you're not making a fucking stand. Make your stand. You're either on the side of the Constitution or you're on the side of the idiot ICE agents who can't get fucking laid, who want to be cops, were never cops. I guarantee you half of those people are January 6thers. I know that for a fact that they were. Can you imagine that? They get out of jail and then he says, oh, and you can have a job. That's his little crew of brown shirts. I don't include those guys with our law enforcement. You may, they're illegitimate to me. All right? That's all I'll say on that until I see something else. Here's another clown. Nurses don't carry guns at a protest or riots. Take the fucking riots out of there right now, son, because you ain't seen a riot. They always want to say Democrats are out there rioting. No, they're not. No, they're not. And quit saying Democrats now, because I know many libertarians, many independents who are on our side now. This racist shit he did the other day, he ain't living that one down. You can't just shove that one under the fucking carpet, okay? We saw it. We know what you are, and we're not going to let you live it down. Didn't even apologize for it. Of course, Trump's never fucking apologized for taking his life. How you support a man who's never apologized for anything? It's Jesus Christ walking. No man has not made mistakes in their lives. But you damn well better believe if a man can't admit he's made mistakes, stay the fuck away from that guy. Okay? Stay away from them. They're dangerous. All right. You ain't going to do nothing. What does that mean, man? What does that mean? I ain't going to do nothing. Too late for that, man. Check my videos. I did something every fucking day. Go look at my videos and tell me I'm not going to do something. You're the one who's not going to do something, sitting at home on your keyboard. You type all your nasty bullshit in here on the chats. When I see you in public, never say nothing. Never. And I wear the trolliest shirts you can find, brother. I got on a Black Lives Matter shirt. I'll put on a damn rainbow thing around my neck just to see. If I have a BLM shirt on or anything that has to do with black or Black Lives Matter, Black History Month, I wear those for a reason. I want some motherfucker to come up to me and tell me he's got a problem with me wearing a Black History Month shirt. I wish you would. But guess what? You don't, because you're a coward. That's why. If you feel this way in this chat, you damn well better feel that way in public. You phony. You phony. I have to cut it. Y'all done pissed me off. Mark my word. Everything that you see and hear out of my mouth is real. It's honest. I do not lie. And I promise you, if I ever see any of you dirty sons of bitches out in public being nasty to a minority, you're going to hear from me. I promise you. I promise you. We don't put up with that shit in this country. We protect the least of us. We protect our people that struggle to survive. You want to cut the safety net and then on top of that, tell them they can't fucking buy sweets for their kids. Are you kidding me? Do better. Do better as a human. It's disgusting. You done got me hot now. I don't like to get hot. I would rather chill and talk about life and talk about how we have things similar, more things similar. When you come in here and ask me what side am I on, who did I vote for, I'm ignoring you. I'm ignoring you. Because you mean nothing to me. It's disrespectful for you to come up to me, a stranger that you've never seen in your life in public, and ask who I voted for. And that happens. When did we start doing that? Stop it. Stop it. I don't care who you voted for. I don't care about your about what your religion is. I don't care. As long as you ain't hurting other people, me and you are kosher. Now, if we talk and I can tell that you're a white supremacist, I'm going to call you out on it right there in public, because I'm not a coward like a lot of you are. And if you're a sub, I'm not talking to any of you guys. Even if you're not a sub and you want to talk about this, you want to work your way through it, then go ahead and hit that sub button. I'll take you. I talked to a white supremacist for an hour last week on here. There was nobody else in here, but we had a nice little chat. Was I respectful? Yes, I was respectful. He was respectful to me, too. You are a coward. Me too. Mental patient. Hey, David, this is for you, man. Sit and spin, brother. Sit and spin. You don't like it, get the hell out of my stream. You're sitting over there. You want to come on my stream and talk about your your agenda. Well, you ain't getting your agenda in my stream. Okay, you understand that? What about black supremacists? What about them? Where are they? Show me. Show me where they're at. Show me where your big black supremacists are, where your big scary black supremacists are. Where are they? I think you're full of shit. I've seen the Black Panthers show up on the news. Black Panthers did what they had to do. I got nothing bad to say about those guys. They fought hard for their freedoms. They thought it, but they just let you know that if we see something bad, we're going to be violent about it. But they weren't unless they were attacked. All right. The people in New York who are black literally making white people kiss their feet. Never heard of that. I think you're full of shit. Isn't it amazing how people come in here with these random facts and you say, prove it? And they can never prove it. My new question as to whether or not I think you're a decent human being that I can get to know is, did Trump win the 2020 election? I'll ask people that, and if they say no, I walk the fuck away. I walk away. They ain't even worth wasting my time for. How many fucking recounts do you have to have? Where are the white supremacists you speak of? You want me to pull you a video yesterday from the Good Liars who went out to Washington, D.C., and they had these clowns from Charlottesville out there with their flags, covered faces, the pussies that they are, don't even want to show their faces. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. But if you really want to know where they're at, just look up TPUSA. All of them. All of the people that are following TPUSA, trying to force religion down our throats, go fuck yourself. You ain't forcing your religion down my throat. This is the United States of America. I'll worship whoever the hell I want to. If I want to worship Baphomet, that's who I'll worship. You got a problem with it? Come talk to me personally. You can sit on here and try to make me look bad in front of everybody else. But these videos, I love them. You know why I love them? Because 30 years from now, people will be able to look back on these videos and they'll be say, it's nice to know that there's some sane motherfuckers out there. When all the roach racists are scurry back under the oven and under, you know how when you turn on the lights and roaches scurry everywhere? That's what these white supremacists are like. That's what they're like. They scurry. They scurry away. They don't ever show themselves in public. And when they do, they get booed. They get chased. And why would that be? In this country, we don't like Nazis. Hey, let's talk about the fact that in Germany, they're looking at us and they're like, yeah, Trump's a Nazi. Coming from Germany. The German people see it. But you're over here blind. You don't see it. You'll see it when they come knocking on your fucking door in the middle of the night. All right. I'm going to show you some things I got today. Let's see. Check it out. Is a Phil Lesh hat from Capitol Theater. It's a Grateful Dead hat. I'll wash that up and keep it for myself. Probably got a little bit of value, but too cool for me not to wash up and keep for myself. All right, let's see what else. Found a bunch of Pokemon cards. I was on here earlier doing a Pokemon mystery box. Found a bunch of Pokemon cards. I don't get as excited for those anymore because they're not as valuable as they used to be. I got this hat, kind of a paramilitary looking hat. I'll have to look this up. It's a military hat. I don't wear the military hats. I hang them up on my wall or whatever to honor these people. Otherwise, that would be in the trash. The only time I ever wear any kind of military, we're talking about stolen valor. I have worn my my wife's uncle who served in the Korean War. He passed away and he had a hat. I wore that once. Pretty cool newsboy hat right here. Kind of like the one I got on. That one's got tags. Good to go. Another kind of a military style looking hat. Just I like that style. I've always liked that style. I love hats in general. That's a good looking one with the tag. Yeah, good stuff. These hats, I won't resell these. I could probably get 20, 30 bucks each for them, but I'm not going to resell them because I love them and they're staying with me. Oh, I got something for you guys. Check it out. I picked this today. Look at that. Yeah. Yeah. Kiss my ass, you white supremacist. Kiss my black ass. All right. All right. And finally, I like these two things. These are cool. This one's pretty cool. Check it out. It's a thermometer and it doesn't have any markings or anything, but I looked it up. It's worth like 50, 60 bucks. And I like to save old stuff like that. And this one goes with it. Old clock thing. Probably homemade by somebody. I don't think so, though, because I found one, an exact match of this other one. Sometimes, even if it's not marked on the bottom, everybody assumes it just because it's, they look for the mark on the bottom of things when they find them. And that's how they find out if something's valuable. I'm here to tell you, though, there's a lot of stuff out there that's not marked that is still valuable. So check that out if you don't be afraid to Google search something if you're out looking for a good product. All right. Bag of jewelry. Bag of jewelry. Let's see. Sometimes you can find these bags of jewelry and you can find some gold or silver in them. They're always worth picking up. Whatever says made in Korea, you can just throw that to the side. Or made in China, you can throw it to the side. That's trash. I'm not going to dig through here. I'm just going to try to find something that I think could be valuable. See if we can find anything. These are pretty cool. Probably costume jewelry, but what I'll do is if this bag doesn't have anything valuable in it, I will still box it up and send it out as like costume jewelry lot. A lot of people like to make their own jewelry, so they would love to have these little shell things and these little beads and shit like that. They love it. You're not going to get a lot of money from costume jewelry, but it's an easy sell. It's an easy sell because there's a lot of people who create their own jewelry who would love it. You need a magnet when you do stuff like this because the magnet is going to show you if it's fake or costume. It's going to attract to the magnet. If it's gold or silver, it won't attract to the magnet. So you can find, if you want to be a lot quicker about it, you can use a magnet. I have in the past. Usually doesn't do me wrong. These are pretty cool. Anytime you have any stones like that, that'll be, for a jewelry maker. Or if I find the other earring, I might actually list them. I don't list a lot of jewelry, not going to lie. Just not my thing. I'll go through and you can kind of tell and feel something. If it's light, it's probably costume jewelry. But I try to do the best I can with my naked eyes. That could be something. It feels like it, it's not though. I can tell. All right, we'll be finding this one's kind of cool. Look at this. Fool's gold. I don't know what it's called, but I don't know the real title for it, but keychain. Pretty cool. I like that. Some type of stupid ass pin. Not seeing too much in this bag. That's kind of cool. Got some real stones and or a real. It's cut. It's a rock cut out. I forget what those things are called. Now this I would look for the other earring, just because it's a nice earring and it's got that stone in it. We're supposed to be doing pregame talk about the Super Bowl. If anybody wants to cheer on your team, go ahead and do so now. I'll read it. Can I see your husband? We want best husband moments. Why is it that have you ever noticed that a lot of these white supremacist Nazi TPUSA people, very strange, man. The first thing they always want to bring up in a chat or anything like that, they always start talking about cock for some reason. They're always worried about what someone else does with their cock. I just don't understand that. He showed us the murder victim belongings he killed. I don't watch sports. I play sports, though. Cool, Adrian. I'll probably watch tonight. I don't really have any dog in the fight. I probably pulling for the. Sorry, guys, if you're from the East Coast, but I think I'm going to go for Seattle just because they hadn't won it as much. And I always pull for the underdog. I've always been that way. I can't wait for the halftime show. I'm interested in that. That's going to be cool. I don't know much about the guy. But I don't just form a snap judgment if I don't know about somebody. I probably heard his songs and don't know I heard his songs, but I don't know. I'll watch it, and if I don't like it, I'll turn around and walk away. Not a big deal. I'll go get something to drink. Hey, how are you? How you doing, Steve? This one's cool. Look at this. It's an old. It looks like it's old. I don't think it is though. But it's just a ring. Well, that's really cool. I like that. Cool. I'll look for markings on that later. Even on costume jewelry, if it has a marking on it, Pora or something like that, it's got some value to it. It's not going to be the same as regular jewelry, but you can salvage up enough to make a little bit of money. This is a cool bracelet. I'm going to try to show y'all this. This is something. Yeah, this is something. This I'm going to do a little research on. You can tell it's a little older. It's a bracelet. I'm going to try to. Sorry, I'm not putting it in front of the camera right. It's a bracelet. You can tell it's older. It's got it's costume jewelry, I think, but it also is marked right there. I can't read it. I don't have my reading glasses, but that's definitely one to set aside. Anytime you see something like that, you can tell it's better quality. So I'll put that to the side. Could have a little value. Oh, really? Not a good bag here, and I haven't gone through this bag either. I opened it. There was a watch on top, and I grabbed the watch. Stuff like this, very small, but it's an earring. Could be whatever that stone is. For some reason, I can't think of it right now. I don't know why. Well, I know why. Here's the other one. So I'll set those two to the side and see if they have any value. Nothing. Here's an interesting thing, guys. If you ever find a bag of jewelry and you find something gold, like a gold ring or something, and it has diamonds or whatever, don't even think about the diamonds. The diamonds don't really get you much money anymore. I mean, they don't. That's not where the value lies. The value lies in the weight of your gold. You'll take it into a jewelry store or a pawn shop or something, and they'll tell you the same thing. You're not going to like this, but the gold is what they want most of the time. All right. Let me put this up real quick and I'll holler to you guys and gals, the ones that are left. Thank you for being patient. I appreciate you. And we'll have a final thought, and I'll get on out of here. My final thought is going to be this, okay, guys. I came in here to do a pregame little show to let my people know that tonight I'm not going to be on like I usually am. And as always, it turns into a flame fest where everybody wants to come in here and call me gay and call me this and say I hate white people. And that's okay. You can do that. This is America. I might not agree with what you say, but I'll defend your right to say it to death. Let me repeat that for the ones in the back who need to hear it. I might not agree with what you have to say, but I will die for your right to say it. Everybody repeat that. Repeat it to your friends. Repeat it to your mom. Repeat it to your grandma. Repeat it to everyone you see, because that is what we're facing right here. Some reason we've decided, I don't respect his First Amendment rights to say what he says. You know why? Because I don't like what he's saying. I'm a giant man fucking baby who can't get along with people who aren't exactly like me. Grow the fuck up or you're leaving society. You either learn how to live in society or we're not going to have you in society, okay? Because it's not rocket science. People should get along with each other. Period. End of story. End of discussion. I love you all very much. Go enjoy yourselves on the game tonight. Whatever you're watching at halftime, liver cheese don't care. I love you regardless. But go have a good time, okay? Shave your mustache. No, thank you, man. Thank you for the suggestion, though. You should treat your best friend better. Should I treat my best friend better? See what I'm talking about? The unnatural their unnatural fascination with penises. It's strange, but maybe I can explain it real quick. Conservative man doesn't like gay people. Really doesn't like gay people. Lets everybody know. Make sure you know I hate gay people. My gaydar's going off. My gaydar's going off, okay? Because if you protest too much over something like that, you're hiding something, brother. Hey, come on out and fly your freak flag. I don't care that you desire another man's penis. That's your own thing. It's just weird when you go into places and the first thing you say is, where's your boyfriend? Where's your, you're a gay bearded homosexual. That's, sorry, I'm late. What's up, presidents? Or President Santa? Yeah, man. No, you don't hear me talking all about that, man. I'm not secretly fascinated with men's cocks. That's you. That's you going on some random stranger stream and asking about their boyfriends and their, if they suck balls and stuff like that. I mean, bro, you need to get outdoors. You need to get outdoors. You're never going to get laid again with that, acting like that, ever. Ain't no girl going to come near you with that attitude. What time is it in America? Yes, you are. Guys, if you're outside of the country watching, of the few people that are in here right now, I get a lot of international viewers. Know this, okay? We're okay. We're going to take care of this country. Watch our country close. Watch Minneapolis in the spring. As it warms up, watch what happens on our streets. We will not be embarrassed anymore. We will be a beacon of hope for all the people in the world out there who understand what freedom is and what it means to have First Amendment rights in this country. We're gonna correct it, okay? I know all these people around the world are really worried about us Americans. You're gonna see it. We're gonna quit living on our knees and we're gonna stand up and to live. That's what's coming. So be prepared for that. You got a show coming for you. And it all depends on what Trump's ass wants to do. If he wants to keep pushing it, then yeah, you're going to have a real show coming your way. If he wants to back off and let's settle it the way it should have been settled, which might take years to do, but if it takes years to do it the right way, then that's what we're going to do as a country. We're going to do it the right way. And I'll leave you with this, guys. We're a melting pot for a reason. We're a melting pot for a reason. If you have issues because the media has demonized an entire race of people, then you're on the wrong side of history, and history will not be kind to you. Okay? Oh, buddy, Jay Pilgrim, trust me, bro. I am the majority. Trust me on this, man. You're sitting there in some little. This guy's sitting in some little suburb outside of some city because they don't live in cities. They're afraid of cities. They're afraid of cities. They don't like cities. They're afraid of every one of us in here. They think they're going to come into a city and get shot. That's how. And you'll always see these maps these guys clowns throw up. Oh, look at how red the country is. Let me explain something about that map that you share on social media. Land does not vote. Land does not vote. Okay, so when you're looking at a state with a major city in it, the majority of all of those votes are coming from that area right there. All right, but it only shows up this big on the map. Whereas in Bumfucksville, Arkansas, you got 50 people who gather at the bingo hall every night and talk shit about black people. They vote, and their entire county is painted red. So their 50 old farts made that entire county red, whereas in that city of 2 million, that's where the votes are at. So you clowns who think you're bigger than us, I promise you're not bigger than us. You're nowhere close to bigger than us, especially since this fucking idiot sent his racist shit out. We've always known it. We've always known it. I said it 15 years ago. This is all about race. Nobody listened to me. Nobody listened to me. Here we are. All about race. That's all it is. We're bigger and we're stronger. Test us. And with that, I love every one of you. I love every one of you. Continue to talk. If you think you can have an interaction with me that's cordial, then you're definitely welcome to sub this group. Come on in. We have a good time. We talk about it all. We talk about life. We talk about death. We talk about God. We talk about Allah. We talk about who your God may be. Because remember, there's over 3,000 of them out there. What God you follow, what makes you follow that religion. We talk about all that. We talk about it all respectfully. Yeah. It's a lot different than it is right here, right now, when I'm surrounded by the enemy. You're tiny and weak. I'll bet you these guys, have you ever also noticed that these guys that always have to go into chat rooms and on Facebook and spew their white fucking hate, all their nonsense, they always look like a thumb. You can look at their profile picture. It looks like a thumb with usually with Oakleys wraparounds, and they're sitting in their front seat. That's their profile picture. And never once have I been scared of a single one of them. Never. They don't scare me because I know who these red hats are. These red hats are the grandfathers. They are the people who, during the 60s, during the civil rights movement, they're the same ones that showed up at the school yelling down the black people, called them monkeys, called them animals, saying they don't want to go to school with them. That's today's red hat. Those are the same people, the exact same people. Why no one ever questions it or brings it up? But if you really think about it, their age, perfect. They were alive during the 60s, late 60s, when all that shit went down. So, yeah, we know who you are. You're not some great American. As a matter of fact, you're not an American at all. When you start talking about changing the Constitution for certain people, no, you ain't American. When you start talking about taking people's guns away and how people shouldn't have a gun at a protest, you're not American. You can have a gun wherever the fuck you want to in most parts of this country. It's funny how they always say, well, the same ones that feel like they have to carry a gun into a movie theater or something like that. These clowns are the ones who said that this guy shouldn't have had a gun at a protest. You want to go? I've got videos of people, 2A guys at protests with long rifles. Did I go over and harass them? No, they have a right to do that. So just because you're in your feelings about something doesn't mean it's going to happen. He's Taco Man for a reason. Trump always chickens out. He never really follows through on anything. He always has to pull back. He tests to see how far he can go, and then he has to pull back. The pussy pulled down his monkey post with Obama. What a pussy! What a pussy to pull that down. He pulled it down. He wants everybody, and then he blamed one of his. Then he threw one of his staff members under the bus, that's what he does. That's what he does. All the ICE agents, they're going to get thrown under the bus too. So little things you need to think about when you protect a billionaire or a millionaire up top. They don't give a fuck about you. They can care less about you. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you can start opening up your eyes and we can make a change here. I bet you the same people that are saying that now were also with Kyle on when he shot a few people. I don't know what you're talking about. Or I'm not reading it right. You could be a friendly person. I didn't mean to come across like that, like I'm angry with your comment. I'm just, a little worked up from the trolls. Can you tell us about the story? I bet you. Can you tell us about the story of when you met your boyfriend? See, that's what I'm talking about. Did you meet him at high school? Go eat dinner. Oh, Roger, you're probably cool. You don't get to decide when I end this stream. I get to decide when I end the stream because I've been on the streets working my ass off for freedom, while you have been trolling the short streams on YouTube, trying to inject your invalid opinion that nobody really cares about. You're a little cute. I don't think so. What's for dinner? What's for dinner? That's a good question. I don't know. What did I eat today? Oh man, I was slumming it today. I got the $3 hot dog combo from the Circle K. Comes with a large drink, a bag of chips, and a hot dog. Yeah, I'm slumming it today. We got to go to the grocery store. I got to get some stuff in here, but I don't know why I'm telling you that. All right, guys, I hope you have a lovely night. Can you tell us your boyfriend's favorite position? What is freedom? Modern slavery shit? Do you fish? I fish. I haven't fished in a while. I worked at a Bass Pro Shops for 7 years, but I worked in the golf shop at Bass Pro Shops. I wish I had more lakes and ponds around here that I could get out and fish. That's one of those things that you go and you do, and it's an activity that kind of gets you away from all the nonsense going on around you. It's how you reconnect with the world and with nature. So I get fishing, man. I get it. I get hunting. I get all of that, man. I'm not. You may think that I'm a certain way because I talk about protecting people's rights. But you'd be surprised on how many things we actually have in common. We have a lot in common. I guarantee you. You just got to get past this political thing. What's your politics? What's your politics? That's very personal to me. I don't just tell strangers that. And you don't need to either. That's a personal thing. You remember when you had to lie to mama just to be in his arms and snuggle? Jesus Christ. All right. All right. With that, guys, I love you all. Even the trolls, I do love you. I would never wish harm upon any of my fellow Americans. I bet you had to lie all the time. I'm not even reading it. I don't have the energy. Y'all have drained me too much. But if you ever want to come back and talk man to man and not like a troll, and not just throw insults, and you might be surprised at what I have in this head. Okay, the people saying Alex shouldn't have had a gun are the same. I got to read that. Sorry about that one. The people saying Alex shouldn't have a gun are the same people who were cheering when Kyle Rittenhouse did the exact same thing during his BLM protests. The lack of morals and racism disgust me. What a comment. What a comment. I thank you very much for that wonderful comment. You get a special star just from me. If I could send you something for that wonderful comment, I would. But it's nice to know that you're out there. Diamond, I appreciate it. Means a lot to me. Best thing, don't feed with the bullshit. Well, and again, I'm gonna play with the trolls a little bit if they want to play, but I'm also gonna throw in things to maybe make them think a little bit. Do I think that they're actually gonna listen to any of it? Probably not, but that's okay. I don't think they have the ability to think critically. We demonize education in this country for a reason. Fuck politics. You're damn right, man. Is your favorite song "To Dance with Your"? It's T.O. If you're gonna come in and troll somebody, at least know how to spell and know proper grammar. Is your favorite song "To" T-O-O? Jumpy Joho. It's actually just one O. Okay. Here's a little advice. If you're going to go talk to people who are college educated, who are critical thinkers, and you want to draw them over to your side, learn basic punctuation. Fuck politics. Let's talk man to man. Your brain is empty space. Don't believe what you read and see. The same people like, yeah. Hearts. Thank you, Diamond. Alex was a domestic terrorist. Maybe you should feed your boyfriend. Da 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 da. If you do, the alien's going to come get you. All we want to know is how your boyfriend's doing. Since a drawing of Hitler in the background. Trump is a great president. Do you like black balls or just white? Oh, you guys are just rolling tonight, aren't you? Do you believe in aliens? Of course I do. Of course I believe in aliens. And I also believe that you can believe in aliens and still believe in your religion too. I know, crazy, huh? Crazy. Crazy. How do you think that way? Well, I do. All right. All right. To everybody, I love you. I hope your team does very well. If your team doesn't do well, don't let it affect you the next day. It's only a game. Enjoy the entertainment. Enjoy the people you're watching the game with. And I'll be back regularly scheduled tomorrow night. And I'll be back tomorrow night, and we won't have all these trolls in here, and we'll go from there. Thank you, Diamond. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's just constant, Diamond. Usually I have moderators, but my moderators come in at night. They're not used to me being on during the day. But that's okay. I appreciate you coming in here. I appreciate you too. America Freedom, good night. Thank you guys. Enjoy yourselves. The main thing is don't be a dick. And remember, it's not red versus blue. It's the 1% versus you. Trademarked. Love you guys. See you later.